Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ingrediology. My name is Logan. Today, we're gonna be making some churros and spiced chocolate. Now, if you're not familiar with churros, you're missing out, but hopefully we're gonna fix this afternoon, especially if you're cooking along with us. But they are a deep fried dough that's then dredged in cinnamon sugar, and we're gonna serve it with some spiced chocolate. Oh, the spiced chocolate, it has semi-sweet chocolate chips. It's got some cayenne pepper and chipotle powder for a little bit of kick there on the end. It's so good and relatively easy to make at home. I hope you guys have found it easy following our recipe and class guides on ingrediology.org. If you want to make this again, you're watching the VOD, maybe you didn't catch us live, then just go to ingrediology.org, seek out the class guides tab, or you can just click on the picture of the churros and spiced chocolate recipe on the home page, and it'll take you over to a class guide where we have an equipment list set up, the recipes laid out. That recipe also functions as a shopping list with little check boxes next to it. It's really nice. It's fun, and I hope you get a lot of use out of it. Now, if this is your first time here, I'm a chef out in Denver, Colorado, and I have been teaching classes for the last 4 years. First 3 years were done in person. The last 2 have been almost entirely online. And before that, I was a chef at Seasons 52 and worked in a bunch of mom and pop shops around Pittsburgh and Indianapolis before moving to Denver to be the sous chef out at Park Meadows. So yeah, that's a little bit about me, but I hope you're ready to get cooking. How is everybody? I saw Sir Grunge. What's up, Sir Grunge? Good to see you, buddy. Now, it might be a little different for some people today. I also saw Hungry Wolf. Remember the star tip, or they'll look like poo. You're right about that, Hungry Wolf. You are right about that. So he's talking about our little star tips. We're gonna cover that here in a second with the equipment and whatnot. But you wanna use this like grated tip here on the ends. It has little teeth, right? That'll put ridges on the outside of our churros. And it actually kind of acts like an accordion so that it expands as it's cooking in the oil. The churro, I mean. It has like room to expand as it's cooking. Otherwise, if you have this completely round surface on the outside, then wherever the weakest point is in that dough while it's frying and it's expanding, it'll pop out the side there. So you're absolutely right, Hungry Wolf. Good to see ya. By the way, if you're joining us here on Twitch, make sure you're following Hungry Wolf Kitchen. They're a great food and drink streamer in their own right. Happy to have them today. Hey, Cooking with Squirrel. What's up, Squirrel? Welcome to the stream. It's great to see ya. Yeah, we're going out on YouTube. We're doing a multi-stream today, guys. So we are live on YouTube, Facebook, Tastemade, which is a chef creator platform that I use, and I also sell tickets over there, and Twitch. Did I say that? YouTube, Facebook, Tastemade, Twitch. Those are the 4 we're live on today, as well as my personal Facebook page. I thought maybe I get a little bit more reach in that sense, but who knows. So we're testing this out. This is our first time with this setup, taking and combining all these different chats through a service called Restream. You guys don't really care about the technical parts of this, right? You're here to cook, all right? But just be aware that the chat might look a little chaotic from what you're used to today, and I'm trying to keep an eye across all channels here. Let's make sure I'm seeing Unique, Chef Unique, great to see you. Thanks for being here. I just saw your little chat here on Tastemade. Tastemade is the only chat feed that does not integrate here with Restream, so I need to figure out a workaround or just how to keep this up over on this window over here. Either way, I'm so glad that you joined us. It was a pleasure meeting and talking with you this morning. But yeah, anybody else here want to give a shout out? Where are you joining us from? Hover, late for supper sway. Hover, how you doing? It's good to see you. Logan, I'm looking at you. What do you mean look at you? I'm looking right at you, okay? You're over here in the chat. It's good to see you, Sarah. Thank you for being here. Are you ready to make some churros? Do you got the class guide? Are you gonna be cooking along with us? Or are you doing this here later this evening? Let me know. So, first things first, everybody, we are going to need to take a look at that class guide that I was talking about earlier. So pull up the webpage if you don't already have it. If you're just hanging out in chat here, use the command !recipe or !recipes, one of the two, and that'll drop the link for you to take you over to our website. Let me show you what I'm looking at here on my end. Nope, and I need to take this stinger transition out. We got to switch to the move transition. There we go. So here's the Ingrediology homepage. If you either go up to the tab at the top that says Class Guide, which is currently located behind my PIP camera, so just come down here and click on Churros and Spiced Chocolate. That'll take you over to the Class Guide. And like I said, we got our equipment list laid out. We've got our recipes down here, and I told you that the recipe also functions as a shopping list, so you can just pull up this webpage and check off all the ingredients that you have, okay? How handy. How handy. Look at us. Who'd have thought? Anyways, back up to our equipment list. What's up, Randy? Welcome to the stream. Your son is watching you now. I guess Grammy has Remy up from his little nap, and he's checking out Dada on the screen. What's up, Rim boy? How you doing, buddy? Hey. Just start making raspberries into the camera. That always makes him laugh. So, equipment. I'm going to give you a little tour around here, but I'm going to lay it out in visual format first. Well, visual format, picture format. You're going to need a pot to cook the churro dough. We have... Hey, Colonel Salty Dog, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate you being here. Thank you. Hope you're doing well rolling. We're gonna need a pot to cook our churro dough in. I have that set up over here on the stove. It's like a medium sauce pot going on. What's up, TTV? Fear YouTube? YT or whatever. Medium pot. This is what we're gonna be doing our churro dough in. And then we also have on, boop, the equipment list, a pot for the bottom of the double boiler. What is a double boiler? I'm gonna show you. This is a double boiler, everybody. All right, so what I've set up here is a medium sauce pot. It's got some water in the bottom. Maybe 1.5 inches of water is what we're talking about. You don't wanna fill the water so much up the sides of the sauce pot that it touches the bottom of the bowl right here. You wanna keep a little bit of space. And then I have my glass bowl set up in a whisk for eventually when we're gonna be whisking up our spiced chocolate sauce. Now, a double boiler, the function of a double boiler is to either keep warm or heat up and melt different ingredients. And you want to do it at a very low temperature. Anything that you want to keep really low and slow, then you're going to use a double boiler. The steam that's created from the simmering water in the bottom of the pot hits the bottom of your metal or glass bowl and then melts or heats the ingredients in there. So we're going to be using this technique to cook our chocolate today. We'll be throwing all of our ingredients in together and then just whisking it up. It's a really simple recipe. Yeah, as long as you got everything measured out, it should take like 2 minutes. That's going to be coming like step number 10 or something in the class, okay? Other miscellaneous items that you're going to need here on stream. What is going on? This is the slowest. Oh, I'm like entering the numbers for how quick the transition goes. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. We're good. You're gonna need that bowl for the double boiler, which I just showed you, a metal spoon, specifically to scrape up our pate choux dough, a rubber spatula also for the pate choux dough. We already showed you the whisk. Over here, we have, well, just over here off camera, I have a stand mixer set up. This is going to be for cooling our pate choux dough after it comes off the stove. I keep saying pate choux churro dough. I'll explain this in a second. So it's a little tip that I'm going to show you. If you have a stand mixer, fit it with the paddle attachment, have it sitting on the counter, ready to go with the bowl. If you don't have a stand mixer, you just don't feel like pulling it out, then get a bowl ready, and we are just going to cool by hand, manually. The only thing this is doing is dropping our temperature at that point in the dough. This will all make sense in a little bit. Now, I was saying churro dough and pate choux. Pate choux dough is what we're going to be making the churros out of today. And pate choux is a French pastry. It means cabbage paste. Choux means cabbage, pate means paste. And if you'd like a little pet name for your loved ones, you can call them Mon Petit Choux or My Little Cabbage. It's very cute. All right. Anyways, have your stand mixer if you got it. Now, Hungry Wolf already mentioned our star tips that we're going to need down here. You see that in the bottom right-hand corner. This piping tip that I've got out. Mine's got a couple more teeth than your regular one, all right? And we're gonna be using this in conjunction with our piping bag. We have a pastry bag set up. This is where the churro dough is gonna go eventually, and this is how we're gonna pipe them into the fryer, okay? So in combination with these two items, that will make up part of our frying station. Also for our frying station, we're gonna need a wire metal rack and a metal sheet tray, which I've got set up right here. Boop, boop, ready to go. Now this is where the landing zone for our churros is gonna be. So after they've been fried, they're golden brown and delicious, then we're gonna put them in the cinnamon sugar and then eventually cool them over here on the tray. So you can have that ready as well. Now, let's see. That's all of our equipment. Oh, you'll also finally need a deep pan that we're gonna be frying these in. Enough to fit 2 to 4 inches of oil in the bottom of it. I have my cast iron skillet ready to go in the oven. Take a look at it right here. Cast iron skillet, I just heated my oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's heating up. Now, you don't have to have it like heating up in the oven at all. I'm just doing that because cast iron takes so long to heat in the first place that if you can get it preheated to that 350-degree temp, and then we're just gonna throw it on medium heat on the stove, when the oil goes in, it'll come up much quicker. There's nothing worse than waiting for your oil temperature to get up, right? Something fell on the ground. What fell on the ground, squirrel? Shoot, I'm trying to catch up in chat right here. Chocolate is great for the double boiler, absolutely. Whisk and Biz. You just mess with me, Fear? There we go. Thank you, everybody. Yep, you're pretty good, TTV. So, let's talk about ingredients real quick. What are we gonna need for our churro dough? Over here on the stove, off to the side of the stove, I've already gone ahead and set up some of my ingredients for the Pate Choux, that cabbage paste that we're making. We've got 1 cup of all-purpose flour right here, 1 cup of water, and then on top of that, we'll also be needing our butter. Where'd our butter go? Am I losing my mind? There you are. Come here, butter. We've got 4 tablespoons of butter ready to go. And gonna see what you burn now. It's been a long time. Welcome back to the stream, Johan. Let's see, hopefully I don't burn anything. That double boiler will keep me from burning anything. That's the idea. But we'll see. Hey, maybe you'll get lucky and you're right. For the churro, we already mentioned our water, our 4 ounces of butter. We need a little bit of nutmeg, some AP flour, which I showed you, salt, and then I've also got my bowl with 4 eggs. Grab your eggs, set them in a bowl, bring them up to room temperature. It'll just be easier to incorporate them into your churro dough when it's time to go, okay? And then, of course, for the frying itself, you'll need 32 to 48 ounces of oil. I'm just reading this off the website, guys. Again, hit exclamation point recipe in chat. You'll be able to go to you'll be thrown the link to our website where you can find all these recipes and a class guide, all right? So check it out. I need 2 more ounces of butter. Take a second, everybody, if you're cooking along with us at home, to pull those ingredients that I just mentioned, get those measured out. That's gonna be step 1 here of our recipes. Boom. Let's bring up the recipe steps. Yeah, Freya, I just slightly deep fried the camera. It was just a light fry, okay? They're talking about the time that I dropped a camera in the deep fryer. This will not happen this time, I promise you. It's not gonna happen. We're not gonna let it, all right? So, I'm giving you the opportunity to measure out your dough ingredients. The first step here is gonna be taking and bringing the water, butter, nutmeg, and our salt to a simmer. So let me get the water in there. Well, you know what, before that, come down here to the board with me real quick. I've got my stick of butter that I pulled out. I'm gonna slice this up into little pats. Make it easier and quicker to melt here in our water. There's a lot of butter in this dough. You can tell it's like 50% butter. Well, maybe it's like 25% butter. 8 ounces of water, 8 ounces of flour, 4 ounces of butter. Okay, over on the stove, everybody, you can see I've got my sauce pot out. Focus up, camera. Wake up. Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey. So we've got our medium sauce pot out, to which I'm going to add my 8 ounces, 1 cup of water, my butter, nutmeg, and salt. Do. All right, turn your heat on medium high as we add in our salt and our nutmeg. Let's just get in here. Let's get our nutmeg. Let's get all our spices while we're here. We're gonna need nutmeg. We're gonna need cayenne. We're gonna need chipotle chili powder, and then cinnamon. Cinnamon. What do you think? Cinnamon? Boop. There we go. Just pulled all these out for us. You are concerned with the nutmeg presently. So let's go ahead and get half of a teaspoon of nutmeg measured out, and that's gonna join our water, butter, and salt over in the pot. They're so good though. I usually make some for my sister before she heads back to school. Frey, are you talking about churros? You've done churros in the past? That's really cool. Here's the lid. Half teaspoon of ground nutmeg. And then our salt. One full teaspoon. So let's take a second and let me explain to you what we're trying to achieve right now. We've got all of our ingredients, well, not all the ingredients, but our water, salt, butter, nutmeg in the pan. It's on medium-high heat, and we're gonna bring this to a simmer. Your water will begin to get some little bubbles around the outside edges, but we also want, at the same time, our butter to melt. That's why we're not on high heat trying to bring this up as quickly as possible. We want this to occur simultaneously. We want the bubbles just starting to form just as that last pat of butter melts. Now, why is that so important? Because if we're simmering or boiling our water, we're evaporating some of it, right? We're losing it due to the boiling, the steam that's coming off of your water. And if you let that go on too long, you're gonna change the ratio of water to fat in your dough. So we're just gonna bring this up gently, and when that last bit of butter is finally melted, then we're gonna take all of our flour and we're gonna throw that all in at once, okay? So make sure that you've got your rubber spatula and a metal spoon. These are gonna be the two things that we're gonna need to stir together and mix up our dough. Heard? Yes, very basic, but I love these spices you're putting in. Oh, well, thank you, Frey. It's great to have you here. Thanks for joining us on our Wednesday. Man. All right, chicken Tastemade. Nobody's talking in Tastemade. Good to know. And then we're good. Oh, Meggyology's here, everybody. Working and lurking. Well, working and watching is what she said, but working and lurking is what she meant. Shout out to Meggyology. That's the best mother in the world. Killing it. All right, we're starting to see a little bit of bubbles there at the bottom of the pan. Give it a stir. Give it a stir. Let that butter melt. Go a little bit quicker if we stir it up a little bit. Is anybody cooking along with us today? Raise your hand here in chat. Now, of course, if you are cooking along with us and I'm moving a little bit quick for you, or there's something you didn't quite understand about the last step, just shout out to me in chat, all right? I'm more than happy to answer any questions you have and slow down for you. We can go loop back around. I don't want to lose anybody, okay? Now, while we're waiting for this to come up to a simmer, we can take a look at our chocolate sauce ingredients. We have 2 tablespoons of butter. We've got half a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips, half a cup of milk. Yep, that's half a cup of milk. And to that, we're also going to be adding in 1 teaspoon of our ground chipotle powder, and then half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. So make sure you've got these ingredients at least out and ready, or if you've got a little bit extra time while you're waiting for your water and your butter to all melt together and become delicious, get these measured out, okay? Half cup of chocolate chips, half cup of water, and then 2 tablespoons of butter. For confirmation, I noticed my electric burner shows up purple on camera. Is the same thing happening to you? Appears purple on stream, but I assume is red in person. Yeah. It does, Squirrel, it does. That's exact same. Let's see. I can probably show you right here. See? It's purple. This thing is definitely red as I'm looking at it right now. I don't know, some weird wavelength setting in the camera. Are you using Logitech C922s? Because that's what I got. Anyways, we are at a simmer and we are boiling. That means our flour needs to immediately go in. What's gonna happen is this will turn into a paste about the consistency of mashed potatoes. I'm gonna turn down my heat just a little bit. I don't want any areas that might become stuck during the mixing of this process to burn before I have the chance to get to it. So I just drop my heat down to a medium. You know what I'm talking about? Consistency of potatoes. Now continue to mix, guys, until you don't see any bits of flour remaining. It should be homogeneous. All right, that's looking pretty good. Let's take a second. Now look closely down here at the bottom of the pan. You can't look closely, I gotta take you. See how there's a thin layer forming on the bottom of our pan? We want that because we're gonna switch from our rubber spatula to our metal spatula now. It might get a little loud and annoying, but what's happening is we're slowly stretching the dough out across the bottom of the pan, drying it out, and then scraping it up quickly and reincorporating it back into our dough. And that's why you need the metal spoon, because a rubber spatula won't do that very well. And this is where it gets tough, because people will ask me, am I done yet? Am I done yet, chef? When is my dough fine and fully cooked out? When your dough is done, it will form up into a nice little ball and will no longer stick to the bottom of the pan. And that's gonna take a minute. It will be sliding around in its own fat, all right? Just won't even stick to the bottom of the pan anymore. What step are we on, chef? You know what, Kathy? Thank you so much for that. I get lost in that. Add flour and stir vigorously. We just added our flour. We're now stirring our dough vigorously. We want to dry this out, which should be step 4. We're cooking out the dough, stirring and scraping constantly. Welcome in. Hello, Chef John Reed, CJR. What you doing, man? Happy Valentine's Day. I noticed you didn't send me a card. How dare you? Raiders, welcome in. My name's Logan. This is Ingrediology. You've joined us right here in the middle of the process of making Pate Choux. Pate Choux is a dough that we're making our churros out of today. And we're at the point where I have to constantly scrape the bottom of this pan and dry it out. So I'm gonna try and keep up with chat. Welcome in. Thank you to all of our new followers, Mining for Fish, and a couple other people. Alley Cakes, it's good to see you. Seeing you around Food and Drink. Enjoy the cook, chef. I gotta run and pick up my mom from the airport. Have fun with your mom, Squirrel. Thanks for jumping in with us. Thanks for being over on YouTube and hanging out. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button before you head out. I'd really appreciate it. Sorry for all the scraping noise, guys. This is very loud. Who's got the new subscribers? Chef John Reed coming in with the sub. Thank you, my friend. Again, coming with the raid. Give me the sub. You're so awesome, dude. Guys, make sure you're following Chef John Reed over on his channel. He's a fellow food and drink streamer on Twitch. All around great guy and a really knowledgeable chef. All right? So happy that you raided in this afternoon, my friend. What you been up to, guys? What do you make on stream? Something you want to pay close attention to, guys, is this backside, like your little blind spot where you can't see past the handle. Make sure you're getting down there in that corner and scraping up any dry bits of dough. Now, as we're scraping, we're constantly reincorporating and putting more fresh dough down on the bottom of the pan. This is exhausting. Good to have you back, buddy. Yeah, it's good to be back, my friend. You guys are amazing. I love Food and Drink. Everyone's so supportive. If you didn't know, guys, we were gone for about 3.5 months because Megan had our baby. So we've just been taking the time in his early months to pour into him and make sure he's on a good sleeping schedule. So I took some time off from streaming and we're just getting back into it. This is my second time going out this year. But yeah, it's good to be back, man. What's new? Been hanging out with Dano lately? Supersized fried chicken burger sandwich. Hell yeah. That's awesome. the Churros. CJR is going to take us all to a barbecue joint / strip club tomorrow with his IRL streak. That's awesome. You know, I normally would not eat food at a strip club, but John, if you swear by it, then I'm assuming you're a regular customer. But if you swear by it, I'll go. All right. If you're just joining us, everybody, we are making churros and spiced chocolate here on Ingrediology this afternoon. Thank you for the follow, 6GunSam79. My name's Logan. This is Ingrediology. As I was saying, we got spiced Mexican chocolate and churros on the menu today. If you guys want to follow along on our class guide, hit ! recipes in chat. That'll take you to my website, ingrediology.org. And what we've done is set up an equipment list and a recipe guide. It even has a little shopping list function that you can take to the grocery store with you. You can come back and watch the VOD and make these churros right along with me. What's up, Cheese? Can we get a shout out for Cheese Pizza? Also a fellow food and drink streamer, ambassador of our Pizza Box, instructor of our Pizza Box event for National Pizza Party Day back in May. Scott, I hope you're doing well, my friend. It's great to see you. Did you ever get into that new house, buddy? There's a really strong smell of nutmeg coming off our dough right now. This is usually the point where people ask me, are we done? Are we done yet? Can I be done stirring and scraping my churro dough? No. No, you cannot. Nay, nay. Because, as I said, it's still forming, it's still sticking to the bottom of the pan, all right? So as long as it's still sticking, you're still scraping. We're getting close, though. It's not perfectly adhering to the bottom of the pan. Would these churros and spicy chocolate sauce pair well with your spicy hot chocolate recipe? You know it, Nicole. Everything pairs well with that spicy hot chocolate recipe. That's another recipe you can find over on our website, guys. Ha ha ha, shameless plug, shameless plug, shameless plug. Stirring vigorously. Nicole, what have you been up to? I've not talked to you in forever. I know we talked about news and what happened over the fall. Still sending our love, still thinking of you. There we go. Thank you, Hover. I appreciate you. Hup, hup, hup. Your full focus at this point should be on this pan, guys. This can go from good to bad in a heartbeat. Come over stuck, or maybe that dough that is stuck begins to burn. It needs constant attention. Kind of like me. I just need constant attention. Okay. All right. You see what's starting to happen, guys? I'm not adhering to the bottom of the pan as much. Hardly at all. You see how it's just sliding around in its own fat? It's no longer sticking. Ooh. All right. Let's give it one more pass just to make sure we got whatever flour might be uncooked, cooked out. I'm looking good. I am very happy with this so far. Okay. Don't want to overcook this, so just pull this off the heat. All right, we're gonna go back over to the board because it's gonna be time. Let's get all this crap out of the way. It's gonna be time to cool this dough down. All right, so you're gonna wanna have your eggs on standby right here. Now, we talked earlier about my stand mixer. All right, we got the stand mixer right there, ready to go. Hello, hello. I'm gonna deposit my dough into our stand mixer. Boop, 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 boop. Boop. Okay, and then I'm gonna turn it on. If you don't have a stand mixer though, you can just do this by hand by putting your dough into a bowl and using a wooden spoon. Let's hit that next step. Remove the dough from the pan and stir to cool. This is my little trick, this is my hack, okay? The idea here is just to release all this excess heat. You see how much steam is coming up off the top of this. When the bottom of your bowl, be that on your stand mixer or in your regular bowl you're just stirring it in, is no longer hot to the touch, because like I can't keep my hands here. As much as I have chef hands, it's still very, very hot. We're waiting for this to cool down to the point where when we add our eggs, it will no longer be hot enough to cook our eggs, okay? That will take a minute or two. Oh, let's see if I can catch up with chat. I am neglecting the hell out of you guys. You picked him, Maggie. Wait, what's going on? Constant attention. You married him, Maggie. She's right about that, Megan. You married me, all right? You knew exactly what you were in for. Whew. I need La Croix.
La Croix.
All right. Once our dough is cooled, we're gonna add our eggs that we got reserved here over in the bowl, one at a time. Now, we'll wait for that first egg that we add in to be totally absorbed by the dough. I can't see pieces of yolk or white or anything hanging out. And then we'll add our next egg. The first egg is gonna get sucked up really quick, all right? The second egg, though, is gonna take a little bit longer. As your dough becomes more saturated with the egg, it'll be a longer interval in between when you add your next one. Make sense? But again, the marker that you're looking for is that there's no visible streaks of egg remaining. Then you add your next one. Heard? All right, let's take a look at it. Tastemade, still nobody chatting over there. Good, good. The man with all the tricks. I think you're the man with all the tricks. You're the one going to the strip club. Static flavored water. Yep, that's right, Randy. It tastes like static. Make sure you turn off the heat on your stove, unlike I did. You know, just hot stoves running all the time. That's what I do. Okay, let's take a look at our stand mixer. I'm typing 6 somewhere. Stand mixer. There we go. So the bottom of the bowl, I can keep my hands here, which means if I can keep my hands here, it's not going to cook an egg, okay? Let's add in our first. Now, don't crack this on the side of the bowl because you're going to end up chipping egg. I don't care how careful you are, how good you are at this. Even chefs, you don't do it on the side, okay? Because those little chips of egg that might come off, you don't want to be eating that inside your churro dough. So just go over here on the side. Hey, you can see the reflection in the bowl. Just give it a tap there on the countertop. And let's add in our first egg. Whoop. All right, egg number 1 is in. We're off to the races. Put it up, put it up, put it up, up, up. Hey, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Great to see ya. Legion. My name's Logan. This is Ingrediology. Good to have you. Now, the rubber spatula might come out again here, guys. In between eggs in case you're really sticking to the edge of the bowl. Now, I can't see any more visible streaks of egg, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to add our next one. All right. Isn't that why we're streamers? Because we want attention? Yeah. You're absolutely right. Added the command to herd. That's hilarious. He lives off La Croix alone. La Croix and Nicorette. That's what I live off of. All right, let's go in with our next egg. It's going to take a little bit longer for this egg to get absorbed into our dough. Oh. All right, add our eggs. And it looks like that egg is fully absorbed, so we're going to add in our next one. Final egg going in, everybody. Is this oddly satisfying to any of you? La Croix Nicorette, is that the hipster version of whiskey and cigarettes? Yes, yes it is, Randy. Thank you, Sarah. Okay, that's looking good, everybody. I'm very happy with this dough. You can see we have no visible streaks of egg remaining in it, so I'm gonna get my rubber spatula out, we're gonna drop the bowl down, and then we're gonna get our piping bag set up, okay? Whoop. Like that? Just want the butt shot. All right, anyways, back down here, pull out your piping bag and your star tip. We talked about this a little bit earlier, everybody. You're gonna first take your piping bag, a nice big piping bag. Take the tip, fit it down the end there, screw it on, whatever, however your piping bag functions. I would 100% end up with the shell all in there and the egg all over the counter or me. Rose, it's so good to see you. Thank you for being here. Happy Wednesday to you. Extremely satisfying. Get out of here, Pookie. Boo! I'm a dad and these jokes are bad. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Feel free. You know who loves puns? Chef John Reed. Chef John Reed loves puns. All right. We've got our tip fitted on the end of our piping bag right here. And then what I did is I took the top of our bag and I just folded it down. I cuffed it all around the outside edges. That way I can put my hand right here and hold the outside of the bag or the inside of the bag, hold it open while I added my dough or whipped cream or icing or whatever you need to put in it. John, they are always dropping puns in your channel. Like, that's one of the things I distinctly remember first getting on Twitch and being like, wow, this guy really likes puns. That was back when you were G-rated, though. Now it's more like a comedy slash strip club slash barbecue joint on your channel. That's how I would describe Chef John Reed's channel. Oh, by the way, I didn't show you guys this. So my paddle attachment's a little bit different from like your normal paddle attachment. Where's my other one? So my paddle attachment has a little rubber flange on the outside of it, which this one doesn't. And it basically works as like a spatula cleaning the bowl continuously as it goes around. It's like, it was something like 19, 20 bucks on Amazon. And it is so worth it because you don't have to constantly stop and be scraping down the edges of your bowl. Just gonna soak that. Oh boy, on Friday he'll be wearing a cat romper. John, send me those pics. Send me that cat romper pic. Cat romper. All right, we're on to step 7, everybody. Transfer the dough to a piping bag fitted with a large star tip. Here's our piping bag, as we said. See the everything. Now I'm just gonna start adding this. Here, let's go to, there we go. That was a weird little cutout OBS. Whoop. This is exceedingly difficult. All right. Dough into the bag. All cleaned out. All right, good to go. We've got this in here. So with it cupped, just take it, give it a couple good knocks. Now what you can also do is close this back up and then take your thumb and forefinger and then just run it down the edges and sides of your bag. This is better for like icing and whipped cream and stuff, but still the proper way to do it. Now, we're gonna reserve this until we're ready to fry our churros because we need to get our frying station set up, we need to get our chocolate sauce made and into the double boiler, and then we'll be using this to pipe it. So in the meantime, if you're intending to use it, in like the say next 30 minutes to an hour or whatever, take and just give that a half twist, fold it over, and it can go hang out on the countertop. Whew. You guys doing okay? Anybody following along? You still with me? You good? Okay, let's see. Step number 8. Now we need to set up our frying station. I told you all earlier that I was preheating my cast iron skillet, which is what I intend to fry in the oven. Just because it's cast iron, it takes a long time to come up to temperature, and so I just, I like not waiting. So I have it preheated 350 degrees in the oven. We're gonna add to that 32 to 48 ounces of oil. I'm using vegetable shortening today, but what we're looking for is 2 to 4 inches of oil in the bottom of this pan. I'll probably land somewhere in like the 2.5 to 3 range, okay? But we want enough oil that it's deep enough for our churros to float as they fry. They shouldn't be sitting on the bottom of the pan, all right? We out here. Yeah, so first we gotta get the cast iron out. All right, leave that there so I don't accidentally grab the handle. What is going on? Okay, that was strange. Okay. We have our cast iron pan over here on the stove, and we are going to be adding in our Crisco. You can keep this on a low heat just to maintain heat inside of our fryer. So like in the 275 to 300 degree range, much lower than the smoking point of any oil that you're going to be using. And then that way, when it's time to fry, we can just turn the heat up a little bit and make a 50 degree jump instead of a 350 degree jump. Now the oil I'm going to be using, I already said, is going to be vegetable shortening Crisco, whatever you have, but use a neutrally flavored oil, canola, corn oil, vegetable oil. Don't use things like olive or any other heavily flavored oil because I don't think you're gonna like the flavor that it imparts to it, all right? It has its place, you can fry in those things, but I wouldn't recommend it for this. Gotta lurk for a little bit. Thank you, Nicole. Enjoy your lurk, my dear. Anybody talking in Chef's Feed? Still nobody talking in Chef's Feed. So let's go back to, yeah, my mouse is all dirty. All right, Crisco into the pan. I'm gonna glove up for this. Guys like this? Might find this oddly satisfying. You know what would cure that? Calf cam. She gets calf cam anytime she wants. That big old chunk goes right back into the thing. What is happening with my camera right now? Oh guys, I'm gonna reboot this thing real quick. Not the whole stream, just bear with me for a second. Stove cam, properties. And now this is out. Goodness gracious. Okay. And we're back. Let's go back down to the stove. It's still doing the same thing. All right, well, we might just have to bear with this until that camera figures itself out. In the meantime, let's start using our gimbal, okay? There we go. All right, backup camera installed, ready to go. No one move. Hold the line. We're good. We're good, everybody. Don't worry about it. We're just getting all of our vegetable shortening loaded up into our skillet right now so we can get our fryer ready to go. As our fat melts, and we're waiting on that to come up to temperature, we're gonna make our cinnamon sugar. We're going to do our chocolate sauce, all that good stuff. Wow, Chef, that's a lot of vegetable shortening. You're damn right it is. All right, we're gonna let this just slowly melt here. Whoa. Get me, son of a gun. Now, the other things you're gonna want prepped for your frying station, everybody, are going to be the sheet tray that's been equipped with our wire rack. I've got a little bit of parchment paper there underneath it just to catch some of the extra grease that's going to fall off our churros once they're fried. So have that ready because this is going to be where our hot churros land after they come out of the fryer. Now, to remove the churros from the hot oil, I would grab a slotted spatula like this. This is a fish spatula, or if you have a slotted spoon, that will work as well. Tongs can also work, although you're gonna have to finesse that. Don't be too rough with them. Don't go grabbing and breaking up these churros after they come out. Fairest calves in all the land. What is this that I'm seeing in chat? Y'all are out of your minds. Used to know what we called Crisco. Jesus. Okay. Well, going back to 6. No, let's stay on 3 because we need to make our cinnamon sugar, right? Is that our next step? Is it? I don't know. Set this up. So we are currently slowly heating our oil, slowly heating that vegetable shortening up to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And then we're gonna come back down here to the board and mix up our cinnamon sugar. In this bowl, I've already got 2 cups of sugar ready to go, to which we're gonna add in a teaspoon. To our 2 cups of granulated white sugar, we're gonna add in 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. No! Just pour that over the top and then we'll mix that in. Oh, that song name did not age well. All right, now you can do this with a spoon or a fork, or you can just do it with your hands like I'm doing. There we go. Beautiful cinnamon sugar, all ready to go. All right. Yeah, guys, make sure you're hitting up. If you're just joining us, you can follow along with the class guide over on ingrediology.org. Just go over to the website, click on the churros, little picture there on the homepage, and you'll have an equipment list, recipe guide. The recipe also functions as a shopping list, so on and so forth. It's really great. We put some time into updating the website so that you guys can get the absolute most out of our cooking classes that we host here each week. Okay. Thank you, Hubbard. Now, you should also have on hand for your frying station to know where your oil temperature is at. I guess I need to include this in the equipment list. I'm sorry, I just take it for granted. But down here, we are going to need an InstaRead digital thermometer, okay? These are fairly cheap. You can get them on Amazon for like 15 bucks, but this is so important for properly temping your meat, or as we're gonna use it for now, measuring the temperature of our oil. Now, when you're putting this in, you wanna make sure that you're not touching the bottom of the pan, because otherwise your reading is gonna be way off. And it looks like currently we're sitting at about 220 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, it'll slowly get up there. 220. I've turned up my heat from low to like just below medium, like medium low, whatever. And you don't want to turn this on high, because number one, you might forget about it and it might burst into flames and you'll have a grease fire, right? So we don't want to do that. But also, if you overheat at all, especially since I'm using cast iron, which retains its heat very well, we're just gonna shoot past, and it's gonna take a while for it then to come back and cool down. So just kind of slowly approach the temperature of your frying oil, all right? We've already done our cinnamon sugar, and we have our double boiler to set up. Now over here, to the left of our fryer, we've got that double boiler set up, but let's cover it one more time for people who may have missed it earlier. We have a pot that has about 1.5 inches of water down there in the bottom. But the water should not be so full that when the bowl, our glass bowl right here, is set into it, that it touches the bottom. There should be a gap of air where the steam is going to touch and caress the bottom of our glass bowl. A whisk that we're going to be stirring all of the ingredients for our chocolate sauce together with. Let's set this on a medium heat. Yeah, medium high. Let's bring it up to temperature, okay? Medium high heat. And what we're trying to do is simmer the water that's down here in the bottom of our pot. The steam that is released from that simmering action, as I said before, is going to caress the bottom of our bowl and heat up and melt our chocolate. This is a way to ensure that we do not burn our chocolate. If you were to just take the ingredients and put them all into a sauce pot, our milk, our butter, our semi-sweet chocolate chips, cayenne pepper, and chipotle powder, it's more than likely going to burn. You're going to overcook it. It's going to break. It's not going to be pretty. So a double boiler is the absolute best way to go about doing this, all right? Now the ingredients that we're gonna need for our chocolate sauce this afternoon are gonna be 1/2 cup of chocolate chips. These are semi-sweet chocolate chips, not milk chocolate. You can use milk chocolate, it's just gonna be a little bit sweeter. We have 1/2 cup or 4 ounces of whole milk. And on top of that, we're gonna need 1 teaspoon of ground chipotle powder. What's this bad boy right here? The towel. I got some butter on the top of this thing. What the heck? We're just gonna take that butter off the top of there. So 1 teaspoon of our ground chipotle powder. I'm a little forward of the camera, aren't I? And then half of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, okay? That's all you need. And these ingredients are gonna go into the pot. Oh, did I mention the butter? I said that's all you need. Don't forget the butter, 2 tablespoons of butter, which is a little bit melty from sitting out. Now we're gonna combine all of these ingredients in our double boiler once it's come up to temperature, okay? All right, so melt all the ingredients for the chocolate sauce in the double boiler. Wham. Butter, chocolate chips, four ounces of milk, guys, I'm saying this wrong from the recipe. It should be 1 cup of chocolate chips, not half of a cup. My apologies. So here's our teaspoon and our ground chipotle powder. Ground chipotle powder's going in. And the cayenne, which has a little bit more kick to it, we're gonna only use half of a teaspoon of that. All right, we don't wanna light your face on fire. You know what's weird? Oh, this is because this is the iPhone. The iPhone captures the stove properly. The Logitech cameras make it look purple. Half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And then let me top off our chocolate chips in there. There. 1 cup of chocolate chips, half a cup of whole milk, 1 teaspoon ground chipotle powder, half a teaspoon cayenne pepper, and 2 tablespoons of butter. Now, as our pot, our double boiler, begins to simmer there on the bottom, more heat will be transferred to that glass bowl, and then you just want to make sure that you're whisking occasionally so it turns out nice and smooth. Cayenne, cinnamon, nutmeg. That's what's going back. Cinnamon, nutmeg. All right. Cool. Take a second if you're cooking along with us and do a little 2-minute tidy. We got a lot of measuring cups and different fry station stuff and maybe leftover stuff from the Pate Choux dough. So do a 2-minute tidy. That's what I'm gonna do. Got the water. Eggshells. Get rid of these bad boys. What are you guys making for dinner tonight? Anybody? We got something fun on the menu? I think we're just ordering out this evening, which is what we typically do when I have a class, especially if that class is not dinner worthy. Like, we're not just gonna eat churros for dinner, right? Probably getting subs. Y'all see that super organized spice cupboard, right? Thank you, Hover. I mean, I don't like to brag, but those are Christmas gift. All the different bottles and labels and jars and whatnot. This thing like pulls out. I got a little like slidey part in here for like small miscellaneous items. Vietnamese stir-fried pork tonight. Oh, snake eye. That sounds amazing. But speaking of Vietnamese food, who was it? Kanara, I think, was making banh mi's the other day, and it made me want a banh mi so bad. I need to get those. Let's take a look at our double boiler real quick, guys. You can see a little bit of steam coming out the side of the pot. Maybe you can, just barely. Right there at the top of the screen. You see it? A little bit of steam getting released from the pot. I'm gonna turn down my heat so I don't evaporate all my water. I just need it hot enough to maintain a simmer. Now, whenever you're using this, especially if you have a gas stove at home, don't let your ingredients come up the side of the bowl above the lip of the pot, because then it's not in contact with steam. It's getting whatever excess heat comes off the edge of your burner, and that's how you could burn the chocolate or whatever chocolate melts. But it's already starting to melt up. All right, our next step, everybody, is gonna be frying the churros, which requires us to now take a look at our oil. We've got our oil heating up in the cast iron skillet right here. There we go. So let's give that a temp. What are we sitting at? $227, $247. Okay, all right. Approaching 300. All right, we're like 292 right now. 292. Now, at any point when our fryer reaches the proper temperature, we can begin to fry our churros. So we've got our piping bag filled with our Pate Choux dough, fitted with the star tip, ready to go. We've got our sheet tray with a wire rack and parchment paper ready to go. And then the fryer, once it reaches that 350 degrees, we're gonna pipe out like a couple of 6-inch long pipings. Turds is the only word that I can think of churro dough into our hot fryer oil, and then we're gonna turn them halfway through so the other side gets cooked, right? And we'll see the mark of a good Pate Choux dough is that it puffs up, it expands as it's cooked. So fingers crossed. Let's hope I did the Pate Choux right. Keep that cam safe at a safe distance. I know. And that's my iPhone. I don't know if it would survive for dropping into the fryer. Whew, that would be a bad day. Okay. Get out of here, Nashua, New Hampshire. Ain't nobody want to talk to you. Quick call my phone. Híjole. All right. This is beginning to melt together. You see our chocolate chips getting all soft and soggy and soupy. This looks like crap right now, I know. But once it melts together, it will be delicious, spicy, chocolatey goodness. All right. All right, guys, looks like our stove cam is back up. You know what I bet happened? It just overheated. It was a little too close to the stove. So pulling it back and letting it cool down a little bit probably allowed it to work again. These things are damn near indestructible, these Logitechs. We're like 310 Fahrenheit. I'm gonna turn up our heat just a little bit. Like I said before, everybody, slowly approach this point. You're not trying to go all gung-ho and catch it when it's 350 because you'll just fly right past it. Oh, you guys want some calf cam? Oh. Ooh, I know you like that, Sarah. I know you like that. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm like this. All right. Frying the churros. That's going to be coming up next. Am I forgetting anything? What are we not doing? Our chips, chocolate sauce is going. We got our cinnamon sugar ready to dredge. Probably would be a good idea to set up our fry station in front of the camera so you guys can see as these things come out.
exactly what I'm doing.
All right. Do your deal. Da. Don't mind me. Just like adjusting cameras on the fly, you know, like you do. And cinnamon sugar first. So why am I doing it this way? All right, let me explain my logic. Because we're gonna pipe the churros into the dough. They're gonna fry up for a little bit. Then I'm gonna remove them from the hot oil once they're totally done cooking. They go directly into the cinnamon sugar, toss, 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 and then onto our sheet tray to drain. All right, can you even see that sheet tray? Now we're getting way far away from everything. All right, well, welcome to the wide shot stove cam of my kitchen, okay? Whew. Hell yeah, calves of steel, baby. Ridiculous. All right, we're at about the hour mark, everybody, and I had this class estimated to be at about 90 minutes. So I think we'll be hitting that mark. Oh, let's take a look at our double boiler. Come on, Day Junior. Ooh, looking so chocolatey and delicious. Oh yeah. Now once this is melted, we can turn our heat as low as it will possibly go. And it looks like we're there, honestly. We just want to maintain this in a melted state. We just want it to be warm, right, for when we serve our churros. Kevin, you ready for churros? Born ready for churros, baby. Beautiful. All right, let's get that out of there. Turn that heat all the way as low as it'll go, and that can just hang out until we are done frying our churros and ready to serve. All right, checking our oil temp one more time. I didn't even know this thing had a light. That's crazy. Awesome. Learn something new every day. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. Chat for Kiwis. Am I reading that right? Welcome in, chat. Great to have you here. My name's Logan. I'm a chef instructor out of Denver, Colorado. Today we're making some churros and spiced chocolate today on stream. If you'd like to get this recipe and follow along with everything, you can go to ingrediology.org. What's up, baby?
Where are the churros?
The churros are coming, okay? Give me 5 minutes. 5 minutes, the first churros will be coming out of the oil.
He's ready, and I'm ready.
Uh-huh, I bet you are.
I'll do what I want.
All right. All right, good. I'm glad I said it right, Kiwis. New Zealander? Are you a true Kiwi? We love our New Zealand friends around here. I'm very popular in New Zealand and Denmark, you know, places you wouldn't necessarily think of, but I am. So it's great to have another New Zealander in here. Someone hit exclamation point New Zealand in chat. Rusty, hey, Rusty, welcome back to the stream, my friend. Happy Wednesday, sir. How are you and Lady Naginata? It's great to see you. Let's see. Guys, make sure you're following Rusty Rhymes, another food and drink streamer. He raises money for the St. Jude Children's Foundation. Amazing guy, both him and his wife. They do a talk show, they do a little cooking, but it's all for a good cause. So make sure you go over their channel, drop them a follow. What's new, buddy? Thought of you the other day while I was buying some Dots pretzels. All Kiwis love Logan. Ask anyone. Oh, and did you sub? Rusty, I didn't even notice. I just saw you pop up and I was like, oh, hey, how you doing? I got distracted by it. Thank you so much for the subscription. I appreciate you very, very much. I mean, while we're waiting for our oil to heat up, let me do like one more shameless plug. We recently set up a Ko-Fi page for Ingrediology. Ko-Fi is like Patreon with a couple more capabilities for live streaming creators like overlays and alerts and things like that. So if you're a creator and you're watching the stream, it'd be something to check out. Ko-Fi, or you just hit exclamation point support in chat and that'll take you to our page. And all the money that we get donated, 100% of it comes to Ingrediology itself, and that goes to help purchase groceries, accessories, website hosting fees, by like, you know, microphones, equipment, stuff like that. And you guys have been amazing here over the past 2 years. But we are going to be, actually, we're going to be leaving our Twitch affiliate agreement. And just so we can do this multi-stream thing full time and not be breaking any rules, which means we can no longer get paid on the Twitch platform. So we're just trying to encourage people who would like to support and really appreciate what we do here on the channel to go over to Ko-Fi and sign up for $5 a month. You can also sign up for subscriptions over on Tastemade. I almost said Chessfeed, but on Tastemade as well, and help contribute to making our show possible. Anyways, thank you in advance. Enough of the shameless plug. I bet you our oil is hot enough to fry in right now. 9 months, bud. We gotta... Are you saying you're pregnant? Well, not you, obviously, but like, you guys are pregnant. Congratulations, my friend. That is absolutely amazing. Best of luck. It's been a trip, dude. It has been a trip here over the past 3.5, 4 months. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, that's so exciting. When did she do? Shit, there goes the camera. We are at 354 degrees, everybody, so we are ready to go into our fryer. And of course, it's this moment that it chooses to Scheisse the Bedza. So let's just go back over to our gimbal camera. We can get this fixed real quick. Hey, nothing stops us over here. Nothing stops us. We'll get in for a close shot first. Now, if you were following along with us earlier, or if you're just joining us, here is our churro dough. This is Pate Choux dough, means cabbage paste. No, I mean that was my 9-month sub to you. Oh, I see. You're referencing, Rusty, our Twitch baby. Okay, I'm with you. I see what you're saying. Anyways, I mean, you know, it is what it is. Dano Banano, Fourth Room TV, welcome in. Dan, I'm gonna hit you up just a second. Go follow Fourth Room TV, okay, everybody? But we gotta get our churros down into the oil before our oil overheats. So we got our Pate Choux dough. I'm just gonna pipe this out of our piping bag that's been equipped with our star tip. 6-inch long little pieces. Just take it off with your finger. Try not to deep fry your finger in the process. I'm only gonna do like 4 churros right now so I don't overcrowd my pan. Dan, I hope you're good. Guys, like I said, go follow Fourth Room TV. He's a fellow food and drink streamer here on Twitch. He runs marathons. He is a brewer of beer. He is an all-around great guy. Dan, I hope you're doing well, my friend. Much love to you. Whew. Good. I am well, dude. I'm glad to hear it. The way you change your name to something new. That's not unusual for Sway. All right, guys, you can see our churro doughs they're starting to puff. We're just going to keep that heat on medium underneath our oil for right now. Prepping for the first race of 3. Now, when's that going to be, Dan? When's your first marathon here of the year? May 7th. That's awesome. Congratulations, my friend. Now, is that going to be in Chicago or is that going to be somewhere else? Racine, Wisconsin. Racine, Wisconsin. Just over the border. Very nice. Fairly close to Chicago. Excellent. How are my Facebook friends doing? We haven't heard from anybody in Facebook chat yet. Racine. All right, cool. I gotta see, being a Midwestern myself, I knew how to say that. Racine. All right, so you guys take a look here in close on the churros. We're starting to get a little bit of splittage here. That's all right. That's all right. That's to be expected. But we also are getting some nice color on the opposite side. It's very tough to flip churros while holding a camera in the other hand. Just get those all flipped over. All right. They're puffing. Looks like what Dan left in the alley in Chicago. I need to get back out and running, Dano. I'm not going to lie to you. I have not been hitting the trails very much here in the last month. Jessica, Kate, welcome in, Jessica. It's good to see you, my dear. Hello, Logan. How are things? Things are going swimmingly, honestly. It's been really great. We've fallen into a really nice groove with Remy here lately. He's sleeping through the night. You know, we got plenty of coverage with Kevin and Kathy being here in the house. We're back on here on Twitch and Facebook and YouTube and Tastemade streaming out our classes. Things are good. How are things for you over in the Shire, my dear? Guys, go follow Jessica Kate 666 if you're joining us on Twitch. She has her own Twitch channel and she streams out games and occasionally cooking. Lovely, lovely person. It's so good to see you, Jessica. Thank you. It's great to be back streaming. Oh, we're starting to split a little bit here. It's not ideal, but it does happen. But that's just from our dough, our Pate Choux dough, expanding so much in our hot grease. You know, that's what it is. But those canyons, those lovely cracks on the outside of our churros, those are gonna be filled with cinnamon sugar. So it's not entirely a bad thing, right? Thank you for the shout out for Jessica. The Shire. We're gonna be in the Shire. All right, I'm moving the camera back a little bit because our churros are about to come out of the hot oil. So make sure, everybody, that if you are cooking along with us, you have a slotted spoon. I'm using a fish spatula for this, but something that's not going to pick up the oil and drag it with you into the cinnamon sugar. Drain our churros. It's something relatively wide to hold these long pieces of churro up because they're not very structurally stable. I'm gonna give them one last flip over and hit that side for like another 30 seconds. And then we're going cinnamon sugar and then onto the tray. Jessica, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate you. You're amazing, my dear. Thank you, thank you. Logan, we discovered a churro dessert shop on the way home from the trail. Oh my God, Dan, that sounds as though they do all different sorts of fried churros and toppings and sauces. Is it like a street cart or is it a brick and mortar you go in? All right, here we go. It's gonna happen quick. That's what she said. Do. All right, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then back out and onto the sheet tray. Do that 4 times here. Whoop. Not a granule of sugar spilled, although maybe a little bit of oil dripped. What I tell you, those cracks are just gonna get filled in with our cinnamon sugar. Oh, hell yeah. Now, let's take a up close look at this. Ooh. Ah. Sexy. You know you want it. Amazing. That crackle though. Thank you for subbing here. That's amazing. Thank you so much for subbing. Did you just follow here with Chef John Reed? I really appreciate you. Cleanup crew always follows behind Logan. Like it is kind of like an elephant ear hover. That's exactly right. All right. We can't forget about our hot oil that's on the stove, everybody. We want to make sure that it comes back up to 350 because after adding in our dough, the temperature will have dropped a little bit, more than likely. But it looks like it's still solidly holding at 350 degrees, which means we're gonna go in one more time not one more time, a few more times, but we're gonna go in again with our churro dough, piping these into our hot oil. If you didn't catch it earlier, this dough is also known as Pate Choux, or cabbage paste. It's not because it has any cabbage in it, it's because when you cook up the dough, it puffs up, and if you're making, why is the name escaping me right now? The little balls of Pate Choux that are baked. Anyways, those puff up like little heads of cabbage. I guess is what the French were thinking. You know, who knows what the French were thinking? Nobody could tell you. And just cutting the dough with your finger and letting it drop into that hot oil right there. This music is matching these churros perfectly. Sexy churros, thank you. They look like bananas. No more than you do, Kazumi. I'm just playing with you. Kazumi, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Hope your week's going well. I appreciate you. Good form, thank you for subscribing here to the channel. I appreciate you so very much. Where are you joining us from, Good form? Sexy churro, thank you for the sub. Oh wait, is Dan doing this? Dan is doing this, right? I have like restream chat up, so I can't tell everything that's going on. Yes, you are, Dan. I knew this was you. Dan, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate you gifting the subs here to the channel. To Dat Crack, though. Sexy churro. I should have known right away, but I didn't. What? Me? Who? Look at you. Pulling the wool over my eyes. Okay. Oh. So we're gonna dredge these fried chicken. Wait, what is this now? Dan's fault. Yep. What was? I'm not even gonna try and think of the other ones you had. You have some ridiculous gifted sub names. Off your game, Logan. I know, Hover. It's been a while. Dag nabbit. Oh, they're starting to split a little bit, which means we're getting close to the point where we need to turn these over, okay? Now, if you missed it earlier when I said it, guys, we have this star tip on the end of our piping bag. Now, that's going to put ridges. No. That's going to put ridges on the outside of our churros as we pipe them. And this allows our churros, as they expand, to kind of expand out like an accordion. Whereas if you just use a ring piping tip, just a circular piping tip with no teeth on the side, then as that pressure builds from the expanding Pate Choux dough in the hot oil, it's gonna find the weakest point on the sidewall of your churro, and it's just gonna, and it like squeezes out wherever it can. All right, so you got to give this thing a little bit of room to breathe and to crack and accordion out like it does. Let's give these a flip. Bridge me up, baby, John. There we go. Who's gifted subs? Oh, hey, Electric Flatulence. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. Thanks for being here. My name's Logan. Thanks for joining us on stream here today. Catholicker69. God damn it. I don't even like you people. See, I'm trying to, you know, gain new audience on YouTube and Facebook, but I just can't get away from these hooligans that I met over on Twitch. Ride me up. Thank you for the sub. Who is this? Got the wrong name. Wait, are we in a hype train? Holy crap, everybody. We are at 70-80% of our level 2 hype train over here on Twitch. Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate you. Hell yeah, let's go, hype train. So saying hell yeah reminds me of Kate. Kate, are you hanging out here? You hanging out, my dear? Oh, man, back to these beautiful churros. No. Who's doing that? Bridge me, daddy, please, God. Where do you find these people? Ridiculous. I don't know why I stand for this crap. Whoa! No, I'm just kidding. Oh, beautiful, golden brown, delicious fried churros. Hell yeah. It's a secret list. I know he has a secret list. These aren't even the worst ones that he's done, John. He's done well. He's done way worse for you. I've been around where he's dropping that. Oh. I mean, it can be worse, Logan. I know. I absolutely know it can be worse. All right, let's give these about another 30 seconds here on this side, guys. And then we're gonna pull these out and dust them with cinnamon sugar. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna serve all this on. And I got the, well, I didn't get this, but Megan got this board from her employees over Christmas. Got like a little slate piece and then 2 little notches for holders of the bowl. For holders of the bowl. To hold a bowl. Where'd the other one go? I can't find the second bowl. Where'd the second bowl go? Hey! Show us? No, I will not show you. Whew, all right, so why don't we empty some of our chocolate sauce into this? Be careful handling your melted chocolate sauce, everybody. It's been kept warm, our double boiler. All right. Chocolate sauce ready to go. These churros are finishing up over here. Let's come back this way. Ooh. So the churros come out of our hot fry oil directly into our cinnamon sugar. Toss, toss, toss to coat. Now, the cinnamon sugar here is just 2 cups of white granulated sugar and 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, okay? It's in the name. How do you make it? It's in the name. These are only good for like 15 minutes after you fried them, guys. If that, you gotta have this hot. There's no reheating this stuff. All right, you vultures, if you're watching on the stream, Kevin, Kathy, Megan, come get your churros. Those are just my roommates, everybody. New subscriber? Who's subbing? A guy doing guy things. Guy, thank you so much for being here on stream. It's great to see you again, my friend. Happy Wednesday to ya. We are making churros and spiced chocolate. Irish Kate coming in with the sub. Kate, it's great to see you. How are you? We were talking about you here a second ago. We just finished up dredging our churros and cinnamon sugar. We've got our spiced chocolate sauce all ready to go here on our tray we're gonna be serving on. Hi, sweetie. You just see the face that, oh, and Kathy and Remy, everybody's coming out for the churros this afternoon. Okay, let's transfer these. Megan, you need to get pictures of these before.
Why are you mean?
I'm not being mean. I'm just saying you can't just. Nom, 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 nom. You got your phone, sweetie?
I don't.
Could you get it real quick? Because mine is the OBS camera, because one of my cameras failed. Ooh, look at that, guys. Look at that. Nicole, thank you for the biddies. Guys, I'm sorry I'm not keeping up with this hype train very well. Oh my God, are we still in the hype train? Holy shiznit. That's awesome, guys. Still sticking with the same pizza party. Same pizza party emotes. Level 3, we just cleared level 3. We're on to level 4, guys. Thank you for the hype train. Thank you for being here this afternoon. If you're just joining us, we're making we're making churros, as you can see here on the board, with this spiced Mexican chocolate. Now, what adds the spice here to our chocolate sauce? About a half teaspoon of cayenne pepper and a whole teaspoon of chipotle pepper powder. That's gonna give us some kick there on the back end. Here, baby, I'll just do it real quick. I got it. Do it for the gram.
I ain't gonna do it.
Do it for the grandma, Kathy says. Looks so good. Alrighty, everybody, we're ready to serve our churros. Here they come. All right, guys, come on, get some. You don't have to be on camera to get it. What's step number 15? Serve hot with spiced chocolate and enjoy. See, like I said, guys, we got the vultures here. Everyone has come down to the kitchen to get. Yeah, I got the hand camera. Sweetie, you can go ahead and eat one. Nope. Hi. Hi, boy. What are you doing? You pretty dazed out? Hey. Hi. Hey. Up here. Hi.
That's a fun.
Thank you. Thank you, buddy. Okay. So everybody, what's the verdict? Hate it? Pretty awful? Pretty terrible?
Would never eat it again.
Oh, good. Well, we got the family approval, everybody.
They are delicious.
All right, I can make like one more churro, so let's do that. Churro Rocket, thank you for the sub. Dan, Nicole, thank you for the gifted sub. Dan, thank you for another gifted sub, my friend. Boomer, I mean CJR. Nope. Don't look at the bottom of the hood. It's ugly. All right, thank you. You can take that to the table. Not too shabby, huh? Just curious, can churros be made savory like cheddar and chives? Six Gun Sam, that is a really good question. I have never personally encountered savory churros, but maybe you can invent the recipe for it. How cool would that be? A savory churro. And then maybe you dust it with like a cheddar cheese powder or something, like a white cheddar cheese powder on the outside just to really Americanize it. That'd be awesome. Ooh, and then instead of spiced chocolate sauce, serve it with mole. I mean, anything dredged in cinnamon sugar, you can't go wrong with, right?
Delicious.
Orca Paca, happy Wednesday to you. Welcome back to the stream. Great to see you. Velveeta churros. Oh my God, why did I even open up this door with you guys? Ay, ay, ay. I see oil, I'm in, right? There you go, frying churros, baby. This is the last of our Pate Choux dough. If you've been following along this whole time with us at home, everybody, thank you so much. If you'd like to replicate this recipe at home, we've set up a class guide for you over on ingrediology.org. You can hit !" recipe in chat, and then that'll take you over to our website. We've got an equipment list. We've got the recipe laid out. The recipe plugin also functions as a shopping list with like check boxes. So while you're at the grocery store, you can keep track of what you have and what you need to still get. It's really, really handy. There's nutritional information. Don't look at the nutritional information for the churro, okay? I'm telling you, like, you're not gonna like it. Just enjoy the churros. You'll like the churros much better than you like the nutritional information. Guys, thank you so much for that level 3 hype train. I really appreciate you. It's fantastic to be back. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, everybody else who gifted subs and resubbed here to the channel. I really appreciate you. If you aren't aware of it yet, guys, we are going to be exiting out of the Twitch affiliate agreement, which means we'll no longer be accepting payments or subs or tips here on Twitch, but we have set up a Ko-Fi page, which is like Patreon, but it has a few more tools for specifically live streaming creators like overlays and whatnot. Just hit exclamation support or exclamation point Ko-Fi, Ko-Fi in chat, and that'll take you to our page. And 100% of that money over on Ko-Fi goes to support Ingrediology, as opposed to Twitch, where 50% of it gets taken off the top, and then I have to pay taxes on top of that. On top of that 50% that I receive. So that's what drove the choice. It's not that I don't like Twitch. It's not that I don't want to have emotes or anything. It's just the fact of the matter is, if we're going to be multi-streaming, which we're going out on YouTube, Facebook, Tastemade, and Twitch right now, all simultaneously, then we have to kind of divorce ourselves from the affiliate and partner programs. It's a choice we're making. I don't know a whole lot of people are doing it, but it's the way we're gonna go, all right? Anyways, I appreciate your support over there. Thank you very much. Again, check out the website for a class guide. We're not going anywhere just yet. I wanna taste these churros myself. I just wanted to remind you all. Ooh, these might have gotten a little done. They're shamelessly plugging myself. Come here, you son of... There we go. There's also a spicy hot chocolate recipe on there with the churros. Yes, that's true, Hover. Thank you. We're getting a divorce? No. Dan, I'm never leaving you. I'm stuck on you, all right? Guys, make sure you're following Snake Eye DIY over on their channel too. He is a crafting? Would you label yourself? Because I know you were offended the last time I talked about your channel, Snake Eye. So what would you label yourself? A crafting channel? A do-it-yourself channel? He does a lot of woodworking in his garage. It's actually very cool, very chill time. So go over and check out his channel. I've recently made savory profiteroles. Profiteroles! That's literally what I was trying to think of early in the stream. Profiteroles. Anyways, I made savory profiteroles. Honestly, I like it more than the sweet ones. I might have to develop a recipe. You should. You absolutely should. Please do. Thank you, Nicole. Makers and crafting. He is a maker and a crafter over on his channel. Stop feeding the baby churros. I'm just kidding. She's not feeding the baby churros. Oh, boy. I would label myself a dumbass who farts a lot, but I just bought a CNC machine, so maybe I'm a bad woodworker. Ooh, a CNC machine sounds fun. You can do a lot of stuff with that. So Logan, Sunday's brew for Obi-Wan, a blonde coffee cherry vanilla Kolschweisen. That's a mouthful, but I bet it's delicious. Obi-Wan for Obi-Wan. Wait, is the Obi-Wan thing, is that getting released on Disney Plus here this weekend? I was unaware of that. I knew they were making one. I didn't know it came out so soon. That's awesome. I just finished the book of Boba Fett. I would technically consider myself a Trekkie, guys, and not a Star Wars like nerd. At least not as much as I would consider myself a Star Trek fan. But I still watch the stuff. I keep up with it. Oh. You've been watching Discovery? I have not been watching Disco because I'm not signing up for Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus literally has nothing else that I would want to watch. I don't know if they have literally nothing else, but I already pay for like HBO and Apple TV Plus and Netflix and Hulu and Disney Plus, and I'm just like, I can't justify adding on like a 15th streaming service, you know? Ooh, where's the rest of that chocolate sauce? We gotta taste this stuff, guys. No, I got it. I got a little bit in a bowl right here. You guys hang on to that. I made myself two that I'm gonna eat with my friends over here, okay? Oh. There's some stuff, but holler in the DMs. I got an extra. Ooh, okay, Dan. All right, I see you, buddy. We can do a swap. Do you have an iPhone? I'll put you on my family plan, Dan.
No, you won't.
No, I won't, says Megan. Okay, well, I guess that nipped that in the bud. Yeah. And there's the kick from the cayenne on the back end. Oh, Look at this. Ah. Light, fluffy interior of our Pate Choux, of our churro. Now the camera's not gonna be perfect, oh well. Did you happen to clip that? I have a Pixel Pro, bro. Pixel 6 Pro. Cute. Okay, let me do a sign off here, and then we're gonna go eat a little bit of dinner. First off, who are we rating? Dan, I'm gonna let you pick who we're rating. Dunk the whole thing. Get out of here, Jessica. I'm not an animal like you Brits, okay? Like, who's online right now? Montana Max Barbecue? All right. All right, there we go. Cool. So we're rating this new person. I'm not exactly sure who this is, but this was a suggestion from Snake Eye. So hopefully this person's making some delicious barbecue. Everyone, thank you so much for being here on the stream with me this afternoon. Like I said, it's good to be back with you guys. We are gonna be hosting another cooking class here on Ingrediology across all of our platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Tastemade, here on Twitch. Next week, next Wednesday, we're gonna be doing a biscuit-topped chicken pot pie. You can go to ingrediology.org and find the class guide for that. That has all the equipment, all the recipes, everything you need to know coming into the class, and then I'm gonna show you live how to make it. This is completely free of charge. All I want is your participation, all right? Just come back, come cook with me. That's what we're trying to do here. I know two things, that you can cook, and that you can cook better. All right, so let us help you do that. Be sure to follow us on Instagram. It's Ingrediology across all platforms. So our Instagram, hit up that Facebook page, like I said earlier. And am I forgetting anything, Maggie? All right, oh, Ko-Fi. Guys, exclamation point Ko-Fi in chat. That's where you will be able to support Ingrediology from here on after we leave our Twitch affiliate agreement. That's gonna be happening here in the next couple of weeks whenever we can get that settled up with Twitch. I appreciate you, and we'll see you next time, okay? Bye-bye.